want you to leave here feeling that you are empowered with more knowledge than you came here with. The main intent of this whole program is to give you an education so that when you go in for service for your automobile, you're not going to be taken advantage of, because it happens way too often in this industry and I can't stand it. And the best way to do that is to educate people. That's where we come up with knowledge is power. AC Delco is the person that has put this knowledge is power seminar together. We want to answer all your questions. We want you to leave here feeling that you are empowered with more knowledge than you came here with. Suspension. We have control arms. Control arms secure the steering knuckle to vehicle frame, allowing movement. That's going to be your steering knuckle and your control arm that attaches it to the frame. Control arms have bushings here, and there's going to be another bushing over there, and it's going to have a ball joint over there that actually connects it to the steering knuckle. These items wear out. There's the bushings, shows you a picture of the bushings. It is rubber. It's solid in the middle with a metal sleeve, and it's solid on the outside with a metal sleeve, and this rubber bushing is fused in the middle. So it doesn't actually rotate in there. You're actually twisting that rubber as that suspension component goes up and down. You don't want that suspension component to travel too far or too much, because you will tear those bushings up. Ball joints are on the end of the control arms, and they actually attach the steering knuckle. This allows this unit to pivot on that unit and allows your wheels to turn. This ball joint carries the weight of your car. The entire weight of that car rests on that ball joint, so they wear out quite often, and it's something you want to maintain. If you've ever driven down the road and see a car, the front wheels like this, it's because it broke a ball joint, because it's carrying all that weight and they get tired. Struts. A McPherson strut is what it's called, is a major suspension component. It holds the upper control arm, it takes the place of it. It houses the shock absorber, and it has the spring. So it's a multi-purpose item that's up there, and they're very expensive. The springs, usually coil springs on modern cars, hold the car up and allow it to give it some give. Older cars will have leaf springs, they're longer. Some cars had torsion bars, but the common one right now is the strut, and it has the coil spring on it. And that's what's going to support the weight of the vehicle as well. That holds it up. Shock absorbers, they could be mounted as a shock absorber external to the spring, or they could be mounted inside the strut. That dampens the movement. So if your car's bottoming out and stuff like that, it's usually a spring not holding it up. If you're going like this down the road, it's your shock absorber's no good. You go through dips and all that stuff. If you have a bad shock or a bad strut and you're not dampening the suspension, you could have a wheel bouncing down the freeway. You've probably seen people with their wheels going like this going down the freeway. When that's happening, you are not in control of your car. When that tire is not in contact with that road, you do not have control over that vehicle. That is not a good thing. It is a safety item.